It's not just Hollywood that's fond of adapting books. Opera's been doing it for hundreds of years. The classic American book Of Mice and Men is the latest to get the operatic treatment under the direction of film legend Bruce Beresford. Scott Bevan reports.
This was a superb opera. I mean, it's so strong, it's very dramatic. And Carlyle is something of a poet, as well as being a composer of, I think, genius.
He may have made his name in film, but right now, Bruce Beresford is pursuing two of his other great passions, words and music. And sharing that with the acclaimed director is Carlyle Floyd, the creator of the opera Of Mice and Men, who's flown out from Florida for its Australian premiere.
You know, I think I said to you at the time, I said, if we do this in Australia, you've got to come out here, because he'd never been to Australia anyway.
I think that was part of the agreement.
The journey of bringing the tragic tale of two friends in 1930s California to the Sydney stage in 2011 began in earnest in a rehearsal studio weeks earlier.
Bruce, Jack,
Hi.
it's Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, okay.
When the director met his cast.
Yeah, hi. Well, we've got to start. We can't keep putting it off.
At this first meeting, Bruce Beresford explains what will happen on stage by using models.
You can just glimpse people through the slats in the barn out the back.
Now, in your hand here. And all the while, he's clutching a notepad. So this is where it begins, is it?
Yes, well, what I do is I go through the libretto and I listen to the music, and then I say to myself, well, I'm in the audience and I'm watching it on stage. What do I want to see? And so I sketch out all the moves and try and work out the compositions. It's pretty rough drawing, but it helps me. I do the same with films.
And he tackles the challenges of bringing to life the times portrayed in the opera.
None of you smoke. No, singers don't usually smoke, do they?
Now, those working with Beresford, including the sole female singer in the cast, Jacqueline Mabadi, appreciate his view.
You meet someone that has, like, almost a vision of what they want, and it's so clear in their mind. It's very easy for us to then latch on to that.
We caught them and we shot them under Rule 303.
Bruce Beresford has developed his vision through 28 films, including Driving Miss Daisy and Mao's Last Dancer.
It took me from my family. I did not recognize this as honour.
He's also directed operas around the world, including the 2007 Australian premiere of another classic American story put to melody, A Streetcar Named Desire. After Streetcar's success, Beresford scouted for another opera project, and he found it in Floyd's Of Mice and Men.
He's done an adaptation which is extremely skillful and very melodic. You know, people tend to shy away from a lot of modern operas because they sound a bit like someone's dropped something in the kitchen cutlery on the floor. But this one is basically a melody-based opera.
This is the 8th time Anthony Dean Griffey has played the childlike but dangerously strong Lenny.
Oh, I feel cold inside.
The American tenor loves not only the role, but the opportunity it provides for him to call on real-life experience when he worked at a camp for people with special needs.
Being on my feet, 9, 10 hours with all types of children and adults, from Down syndrome to autistic, severe and profound. It just, little did I know it would pave the way to one day that I would sing the role of Lenny and Of Mice and Men.
The production is transferred from the studio to the Sydney Opera House. As for the trickier transfer of an American tale into the hearts and ears of an Australian audience, well, Carlyle Floyd reckons Of Mice and Men is a good fit.
It's made to order for Australia, it seemed to me. I've always felt that way about it. I just felt that it would be a story that would be taken to heart by Australians.
For Bruce Beresford, the look of the opera holds some echoes of his own past.
because I spent a lot of my childhood out in Coolah, it was not that far west in New South Wales, and on my uncle's property. And every year the shearers used to come and be in sheds just like this. And it was useful remembering what those men were like.
There may be a sad finale on stage, but for Carlisle Floyd, the Beresford take on his creation holds a happy ending for him.
He's exceeded himself. I just am extremely happy with what I've seen. Very, very happy.
Thank goodness.
Scott Bevan reporting.